Welcome to Softcore History.
Welcome back to Softcore History. I'm your host for the week, Dan Regester, and I am joined as always by Rob Fox and Jake Goldman.
Hey.
What's up, boys?
What's up?
Went with me first, though. You tried to fake us out. You're like,
Rob, Jake.
And you went with me.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
I had a good weekend, except for the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, your car got smashed into?
Didn't get smashed into. It was rummaged.
Oh, they kind of just ruffled through?
They ruffled through it. There's nothing in there to steal. So.
That's not even a thing.
It seems like they stole your energy.
Yeah, they did. It's just annoying.
I'm trying to think of a nickname for that. Like, that's like an Austin, how do you do, you know? Like,
this
it's not
is
even
Tuesday for me. Like,
right.
It happens to me all the time.
I really wanted when
I didn't have the Dan special where they just cave in your window.
Yeah.
Well, I started leaving it unlocked, and I have little signs in there now.
Yeah. I mean,
fun and flirty signs that say I'm watching you.
So I'm guessing
And let's play a game with the Saul
Do you
logo.
keep it in there? Do you keep those in there?
Yeah, they're sprinkled throughout.
Must be weird when you're like picking up a date. You forget to move one of the signs. No,
they're strategically placed, like the glove compartment, the center console.
What if the date though is like goes into your truck? Oh, hey Dan, like getting a little
Let's
snoopy.
play a game. Yeah.
Well, then I want to see how cool she is. You know, maybe she wants to play a game.
Kind of
We'll
games.
see if she's down.
Yeah, it's like when
Maybe like rob a convenience store.
Why not?
First date.
That's a date in Austin.
Yeah.
it's like when a serial killer picks up a hitchhiker that's also a serial killer. You know,
And it's
like
just
that kind of situation.
who makes the first move.
Yeah,
The most dangerous game.
yeah. It's like, oh, she wants to play games too. What if she was trying to kill you and then she was like, oh, he was going to kill me, and she thought it was one of those
And then we
situations.
find common ground.
But you weren't going to kill her.
No.
And you become like Bonnie and Clyde, but it's just serial killing.
But I saved my own life in the process.
You just yes and you're
she connects.
you yes and you're like, yeah, I was definitely going to kill you.
She connects with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how you find your true love.
No, I've had a fucking awful week. I've had an awful year, really. It's been fucking miserable.
Okay, high energy comment.
I know.
Yeah.
But we're going to power through. Make sure to subscribe to our Patreon. Make my life a little better. Patreon.com/softcorehistory. Extra 2 episodes every week.
Yes, sir.
So you get an episode Wednesday and you get an episode Friday. This past week, we just did a voicemail episode where we answered your calls.
Yes.
A lot of Grand X heavy stuff.
So it was very Grand X heavy.
We'll pretty much answer anything, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Try to keep it history focused. Doesn't have to be, but
We'd prefer it.
Yeah.
Like, I would like at least, like, say we do 7 voicemails for history,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. That'd be fine.
And it doesn't have to be, like, serious. You know, it could be like, who would be a top? Like, who tops who? George Washington, Thomas Jefferson.
It's George's topping.
Yeah, George is topping.
Everyone knows
TJ.
that.
But
Yeah.
No,
I'm just...
TJ's kind of a power bottom.
That doesn't.
No. TJ would be, like, sort of like a top twink. You know what I mean? He's like a twink with a huge dick.
Is that what a top twink is?
I don't know. The only gay thing I learned recently...
What about a bottom bear?
No, forget that. This is the one I learned recently that is absolutely gnarly.
Which is just Nick Offerman in Last of Us. He's a bottom bear.
Yeah. But if you have 2 bears, someone's got to do it. And they were both kind of bears. He was just the burlier bear.
I think.
Is everyone a bear in post-apocalyptic
Yeah,
society?
pretty much.
Yeah. Or an otter.
Yeah. It's a bear and otter.
Yeah.
The twinks died long ago.
Yeah.
But no, I learned about this term. I guess it's called this is one of my gay friends posted it in some like chart. It's called a pig bottom.
Oh, yeah? Are you making things up? You
No,
say
I'm
barnyard
not.
animals?
I immediately Googled that
Does
shit.
that mean you're game for everything?
Yes. It means you will just roll around
You're
in the
just a
muck.
pig in the mud.
Yeah, literally. And when I say mud, I mean like they would just lay there and get fucked, shit on, pissed on, came on, like
Eat their ass.
This is the free episode, right? Yeah, this isn't even behind the paywall.
My parents are in town. They thought about coming to the studio to watch an episode. I'm
so glad they didn't.
Yeah.
Oh,
They'll still
man.
listen to this, but
Yeah. Rob,
I'm just telling you, like he posted an
what do they call? What's like the pejorative or not pejorative? Sorry, the shorthand for a pig bottom, because pig bottom sounds pejorative as fuck.
I know.
Yeah. Like what do you call them? Like an oinker?
Yeah, I guess, man,
Yeah.
right? Oinky, yeah. But the
Wilburs.
he posted it because it was like,
piglet.
have you seen that meme where they show Eevee and then all the ways it evolves?
Yeah.
And this was like
Which way would you go?
I think this is the way like Twinks evolve or something like
Right.
that. And one of them was Pig Bottom, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And I immediately
Which
had to go.
stone would you go with?
Which what?
Stone would you go with
Which
Eevee?
gay evolution stone?
I would always go Jolton.
It's
Jolteon. So you go with
Jolteon,
that was
yeah.
the Moonstone, right?
No, electric stone, right?
Thunderstone.
Thunder-
Is that
Thunderstone,
is no no? It's
It was a thunderstone.
It's a
Yeah.
thunderstone.
Stop-
Look it
stop.
up.
You don't have to look
it up
because you're wrong.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
a thunderstone. Come on,
okay.
I'm a big old nerd.
Yeah.
All right.
What would make sense? Electric, thunder, boom. No reason to look that up.
I think
Yeah.
you could also evolve Pikachu to Raichu with the Moonstone.
No,
Also a
thunderstone.
thunderstone. You're getting it confused.
All right, all right, all
Thunderstone.
right, all right.
God,
Know
It is
your,
what it
know
is.
your Pokemon.
Dude,
shit.
I'm just gonna sit down and be quiet here.
I think Pokemon ended this year, or like
No,
this year.
Ash did.
Ash did.
Ash is done.
Ash theoretically should be like 42.
Yeah,
Kind
just
of
like,
overrated, really.
took him forever.
I think he only won one championship.
Yeah.
Right? I
Yeah.
saw a tweet like saying that Skip Bayless would just be giving Ash Ketchum the business.
fucking would. Absolutely.
Only one championship. He's like Aaron Rodgers of Pokemon.
I was Team
yeah.
Gary from the get-go.
Gary was way more about the prize.
Yeah.
You know, he had his mind on it.
He
Gary
wasn't a nerd.
Gary had that Michael Jordan fuck you focus.
He was
that-
also a Nepo baby. Like his
Granted-
uncle was like the
yeah.
head of
Yeah.
Pokemon research
Which frat.
in Pallet Town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's sick.
But at the same time, like you just let 8-year-olds go out into the world.
Yes.
Well, there are no men in this society, really. There are not as many because they were ravaged
Do they
by
get
the war.
murdered?
So we're gonna. You know what? Fuck it. This is fine. This is the kind of
the history of whatever continent Pokemon is on.
Kanto, and yeah. So if you play the original Reds and Blues, you'll notice that there aren't a lot of male characters in the game except for criminals, and the Thunder Gym, the Electric Gym guy, is Lieutenant Surge. Yeah, there's like an undertone of this is a recently peaceful civilization that just got done with a war, and Pokemon fought in it.
Sick.
And so like a lot of kids are just having to step up and like do things. And it's like
Yeah. I mean, Ash doesn't have a dad.
Just
Yeah.
his mom.
Yeah.
just his mom.
And in one of the first, when we like months ago, we were just watching Pokemon on Saturday mornings with the baby. Like we were like, oh, cartoons, whatever. It was really just for us. But like one of the first episodes with the ghost, it's like a soldier's ghost. It ends up being like a soldier's ghost.
Yeah, they just
like
experienced a
Ghastly and
giant
Hunter.
war.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, pretty sure Mewtwo probably committed a genocide.
Yeah, Mewtwo was a genocidal maniac.
Okay, guys, we can't do this anymore.
No, we can because we're going to transition into the topic right now.
Oh, perfect.
We're going to do famous, or I guess not so famous riots throughout history.
Just ranking
Riots you haven't heard of.
Riots you haven't heard of. We've already talked about the Nika revolt, the Nika riots.
That was the Chariot episode.
It was in
Oh, yes,
Constantinople in 532. Is often regarded as the most violent riot in the city's history, with nearly half of Constantinople being burned and thousands of people were killed.
Sports are dope, dude.
Yeah.
Sports are sick.
Never
And
change.
we covered that episode, I believe, in what was it called? The episode, like Chariots of Fire, or Chariots of Fire.
Yeah, something like that. I think it might have been
Something like
Chariots
that,
of Fire, yeah.
But-
Search chariots.
History is very full of dumb and unnecessary mass casualty riots.
So, whenever, let me preface this with saying I'm not pro rioting. I think you're an asshole if you're fucking up like businesses and shit because you're mad. And you're probably not even that mad. You just want to fuck shit up. And so when that was going on in 2020, it was fucked up for sure. But people, I was talking to like conservative friends who were like, "You think this is fucking normal? Is this what you want? Is this normal to you? Does this look normal to you?" And I was
the
like,
answer is
"Well,
yes.
historically, even in the United States, it's extremely fucking normal. The amount of fucking riots this country has had over things, to be quite frank, way less important." And I'm not even saying that 2020 was like some mega important thing, but like just so trivially stupid.
Yep. Let's get into those.
Yeah, that like I'm telling you, like I would just be like, it is pretty normal historically. Like I don't know what to tell you, man.
Paris is like always on fire.
Paris is they do it's their national sport.
yeah,
it's
they
their national
riot
sport.
better than anybody.
Yeah, they don't even know what they're rioting about half the time. They're just like, oh, we
Mostly
doing
pensions.
it? What?
It's a lot of it's pensions.
No,
Like
right now it
retirement.
is.
Well, yeah, I mean, but normally it's like it's
These
normally like
fuckers.
They don't want to work. That's what it is.
I'm not going to call it entitlements because when your government says you're going to get that stuff, you should get it.
Right.
But
But I'm tired.
Okay,
These
take a
assholes.
Empire of the missiles. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, they work like 4 days a week and like 5 hours a day. They can.
Why
French are soft,
are
we
we calling them on that? That sounds pretty dope.
No, most of Europe kind of has it figured out.
Yeah, they have
get,
it the right way.
they
Why
get,
is
like,
it
2 months off?
How does everyone shake their finger at that? What do you mean? They live very comfortably.
Rise and grind, bitch.
Rise and grind.
Yeah, would love to.
I love to grind.
We make their entire existence possible. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Okay, sure.
That's why I keep losing money to Aaron.
I would much
Our
rather
bookie.
have someone else
wanna
make
grind
my
harder.
existence
I'm a daddy.
possible.
That's
yeah,
like.
fuck yeah, dude. You kidding me? Oh, so I'm sorry. You think you're in the better place because you have to work 60 hours a week and France doesn't? You think you feel vindicated by that somehow?
I have no envy of the French or the Spanish or anyone.
Or the Greeks.
Yeah.
I don't. I mean,
Or the Italians.
come on.
Their economy's pretty.
I don't envy them at all. I'm not saying that our country is better in every way than their country, but I don't look at those places and be like, I'd rather be there. And by the way, there are European countries that do both, like Germany and the fucking Nordic countries.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there are countries that do it both ways, and I'm more interested in those countries than I am in
I agree with
or
that.
the UK.
Like a Sweden though.
The Nordic method is a lot more interesting. To
A
me,
Sweden
but-
though, you have like a really high floor, but your ceiling is limited, to say the least. Jack went over when he was dating his ex-girlfriend, and he's just like, yeah, everyone lives pretty comfortably, but like there's no
mobility.
way upward, and no one really has any motivation to
Look, man, Americans like
do
to
more than
gamble.
They have to, yeah.
Americans want that juice.
Yes,
I
we
believe
do.
it's 96% of people never leave their socioeconomic bracket.
What, here?
Yeah, in the U.S.
Probably.
Yeah. It's at 4%, though. Let's get it.
Yeah, baby.
4% bitch.
Yeah. Yeah?
Well, anyway, around 66 CE,
Don't do that.
AC,
AD.
AD,
Don't give me that CE bullshit.
Antichrist.
Look,
Common
man,
era.
it's such like that is the laziest plaster over in the fucking history of history.
Before the Common Era?
Common. Just it's Jesus. It's based on Jesus.
All right, the year was 66, and the first Roman-Jewish war was starting to begin. A soldier in the Roman army saw a group of Jewish pilgrims at the Jewish temple in Jerusalem
Man, what were they doing there?
gathered for Passover.
Oh.
And you know
Littering.
what he did?
That's what they do at the temple now.
Yeah, you know what
Litter.
they did? Jake, you know what your people did?
Parade or something?
Yeah, they were just kind of hanging out. And then this Roman soldier decided to moon them.
Oh, dude.
It's the first recorded mooning in history.
There are too many butts that are starting wars in our shows lately.
Oh, yeah. The Yugoslavian one. That's right. That's on the Patreon, right?
I don't remember.
It is a Patreon episode, yeah.
Yeah.
Patreon.com/softcore-history. So he moons this group of Jewish people in the temple for Passover, causing a riot in which youths threw stones at the soldiers, who then called in reinforcements. The pilgrims panicked, and ensued a stampede, resulting in the death of 10,000 Jews.
Man,
You know what? We make it up later on in the Common Era for, we get ours back, right? Like, we have kids throwing rocks at soldiers, and then, give it a few thousand years, and now kids are throwing rocks at our soldiers. So it's really, it's full circle history.
10,000. I mean, the Boston Massacre was what, like 12 people
yeah.
for throwing rocks?
Yeah,
at
you
soldiers?
snowballs full of like oyster shells and shit. By the way, bottom 5 way to die.
Trampled?
Stampede.
Yeah. Being trampled by other people has to be, ugh.
I don't understand how that rapper isn't in fucking prison.
Travis Scott.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I can't imagine being trampled to death listening to Travis Scott.
Good Lord.
Sicko mode hits the flip.
I mean, sicko mode's great, but anything else, really, I'm okay.
Dude,
You can keep it.
when it drops in sicko mode, that's when you get your head
It
crushed.
switches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although
switch.
let me say something controversial here. If you let your 8th grader go to a Travis Scott concert at the Houston Rodeo, look, I'm just saying percentages increase. I'm not saying
It's
it's
not dangerous.
there's certain probabilities
What's more dangerous?
that go up.
Letting your 8-year-old go to a Travis Scott concert, or your 8-year-old out into the world with a Pokemon?
Travis Scott. The Travis Scott one's unarmed,
Ash Ketchum never died once.
right? If If 100 people started stepping on Ash Ketchum, Pikachu is nuking them.
Thunderbolt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Class. I know which one you're talking about. Ash takes Pikachu into the shower. Pikachu uses Thunderbolt.
So
What?
he is the.
It's a classic meme.
So he's just using them as a toaster.
Yeah. Just takes him into the tub with him.
Oh.
Goodbye, Pikachu.
Just doesn't want to be
So-
there anyway. Pikachu will live.
Yeah,
Pikachu would be fine.
Yeah.
He is electric.
Right.
Somehow that works for him. But yeah, like that and Brave Little Toaster. Or Braver Little Toaster.
Yeah.
That pitch we did a while back.
Brave Little Toaster 2.
Yeah.
Master's Final Command.
Come on, Toaster. You can do it.
Whatever. What if he knows though and he's like, yes, master. Anything. I like that a toaster has a master. Like of all the things.
It's weird that they call it Master.
I know we've talked about that before, but
Yeah.
but like the blanket I get. Like the blankie, the electric blanket, I get that. But like the lamp and the toaster are like our master. Like you're
How often do you use your toaster? Not very.
right.
Yeah.
Now, how does the toaster feel affection for the child?
Right. Like the child never uses it.
Ever.
Ever.
The parent does. He's
Yeah.
just happy that he's cooking for the child.
Maybe.
So when I first heard about this, I was trying to do a whole episode on just this soul mooning, but there wasn't a whole lot of more info on it. So I decided, let's expand and continue with just like pointless riots.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good.
10,000 deaths is
10,000
insane, by the way.
Yeah. How did
This isn't
were
like
they
a
like in a narrow space?
They were in
like,
the temple.
Oh. Okay.
history
this-
exaggerates those numbers a
Either
lot.
that or he moons it. He moons the people. Some kids start throwing rocks. They just slaughter them all, and they're like, "Oh, they ran! They
shit.
trampled all
Ran.
over each other." Yeah,
How many people died in that Mecca stampede like 10 years ago?
I don't even remember that.
You don't remember that? Oh, there was a
don't remember that
stampede at the Mecca pilgrimage, and I think like 5,000 people died or something crazy
Holy
like
shit! I mean, I guess if everyone is there,
that. Yeah.
like, yeah,
Next up, we have the Saint Scholastica Day riot that took place in Oxford, England, February 10th, 1355.
there's a Saint Scholastic.
Scholastica.
Scholastica.
2,000 people died in Mecca.
Damn.
That's a lot
That is fucking
for
shit.
like a modern.
That's a
yeah.
bloodbath.
I don't think the modernity of it like changes stampede
I
dynamics.
think people were dumber back then.
I agree.
What we've already established this though that they weren't. They like
They were much dumber.
are people getting stampede classes that I'm not knowing about? Like, what are you talking about? Dumber. The situation's the same.
They were probably, honestly, the Roman soldiers probably surrounded the temple, and everyone was just trying to jump over each other to get out.
Yeah, it's
That seems more likely.
oh, it's so weird. 10,000 died because I stuck my butt
They
out.
did eventually just slaughter the Jews without giving a cover story. Like 4 years later. This was 66. I think 70s when the temple was destroyed.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
So let's
Romans.
go back to 1355.
Okay.
The disturbance began when two students from the University of Oxford. Yes, University of Oxford was around in 1355.
I think it had already been around for like 100 years.
I think it's older than Machu Picchu, actually.
That's cool.
I think it could be older than the Magna Carta.
Yeah, it's very old.
Yeah.
It's insane, really. But yeah,
That is kind of a low-key flex.
yeah. No,
It's
like
been around forever.
I'm pretty sure it's older than Machu
Like
Picchu.
Harvard flexes that it's older than America.
They
Yeah.
probably had like maesters go there back in the day. to
Basic-
learn magic and shit.
Oh man. That should be a future episode is Oxford
did-
curriculum circa like 1220
Oxford in
or
like
whatever.
700.
Right.
It's like long division.
Let's see when it was actually founded.
I think it was in the 1200s.
Man, I mean, dude, like,
Exactly. It was 1096 allegedly.
holy
shit.
That's insane.
That's before the Norman Conquest?
It actually says there is no clear data on the foundation, but teaching existed at Oxford in some form in 1096.
So
So it could have been before.
It's so old they don't know how old it is. Like it's so old it predates its own like
They for sure learned like spells and shit.
oh, in 1096 there was
Yes.
some sort of alchemy going on.
Yes.
No question.
Okay, so I'm sorry. It was founded 30 years after William the Conqueror conquered England, which is basically like the beginning of I don't know, England
Yeah.
essentially.
Pretty much when it gets going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 2 students, 1355, University of Oxford, complained about the quality of wine served to them at a tavern by the name of Swindlestock.
Shit don't change.
It was in the center of the town.
Straight up, people get pissed. People would riot over a bad drink special today in fucking 100 different colleges. You don't think we could go down the road to San Marcos, scream shenanigans at a bartender loud enough, and we could probably start a riot.
Oh, enough drunk kids think they're getting ripped off?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Easy.
They're not putting booze in the drinks. Triple Wells is bullshit. I saw put water in there.
Yeah.
The students argued with the bartender. The argument quickly escalated to blows. The inn's customers joined in on both sides because why not? Just get in on the melee.
To be fair,
What else
though,
you gotta do?
Yeah. Also, the one person I don't want to fight is the guy behind the counter at a college bar. That guy's a different breed of human.
Yeah. If you in your
There
bar,
are some soft hands behind that bar.
it depends.
Not the barbacks, but like, the pretty, if you're a face guy in a fraternity, there's some soft, roided out dudes that can't fight.
Oh, we never had like college kids serving at the college bars.
What?
Oh, we did.
Oh,
Yeah, it
dude,
was
have
only
you,
college
you've
kids.
You've seen balls. There was a 65-year-old man back there.
Balls is like
It's its own thing.
yeah, in the middle of a strip of bars. There's just balls where there should only be like 4 leathery women smoking cigarettes, even though it's not legal. No one's stopping them.
It's legal there, actually.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
I loved balls, but I'm just telling you, like, balls remind me of the places at Mizzou that we would go because it was funny, because it was like a towny bar downtown.
Yeah, we had that right in the center.
Yep.
It was
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah. You wouldn't want to fight those people.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah.
So this fight escalated and turned into a 3-day scuffle.
At that point, it's a battle.
Multi-day.
That's as long as Gettysburg.
Yeah, you're drawing lines at this point.
Yeah.
Armed gangs coming in from the countryside to assist the townspeople.
It's a battle. It's a
Yeah.
battle.
They called reinforcements.
University halls and students were raided, and the the people that were running the tavern were murdered.
Holy shit.
Well,
I mean,
serve better wine.
yeah.
I like that they were serving wine. Like
It's
it
just
could get
bad.
you drunk. They were just these were probably upper middle class at least, nobility maybe. I don't even know what the class system's like.
The ability's not going to college, bro.
Yeah, they are. Not the firstborns.
Okay. Yeah.
Several
maybe.
townsfolks, clerics, and teachers were scalped.
Good Lord.
Yeah. How bad was the wine? They pouring like fucking piss and like.
It's just like grape juice that they poured like fermented potato into or some shit.
They brewed it with like their soaking barrel water and like in the loo. Just like, yeah, this is
Toilet
good.
wine.
It's without the flush.
And in total, 30 townsfolks were killed and 63 members of the university.
Unsurprising that more college kids died.
Yeah.
Like if they're
I don't know if it was necessarily students, but like members of.
Oh,
the
so like
university.
professors and
Can you
shit like
imagine-
that.
This
Yeah.
is like if we went down to San Marcos, we did the shenanigans thing, and then because of that, a couple faculty member get their heads scalped.
Yeah, get
Like,
their heads cut off.
because
like,
someone's
or their
like,
skin.
someone's like, you know what? I know the kids were doing it, but you taught them.
Yeah, you're a part of this.
responsible. Yeah.
All of you gotta go.
Yeah.
And I mean, can you imagine the townies just descending on San Marcos?
Dude.
It's all like rednecks and like Mexicans all strong from working yard and construction against just
A lot
like
of contractors in San Marcos.
Yeah.
Outside of it. Yeah.
fucking you up. Against what? A bunch of like soft ass college kids that are like, we like to go float in the river 5 days a week.
Yeah.
1355, though, they might be like hitting them with lightning hands.
Yeah.
If they learned the magic right.
Yeah. Up until about 1500, it's just Skyrim.
It is.
Yeah. We lose the magic somewhere around the Renaissance.
I have something to confess about Skyrim.
Have you never played it?
No, I used to always make fun of my fraternity brothers for playing it, and then I would go in my room and play it.
Dude,
I hid it from my then
that makes you
girlfriend,
more of
yeah.
a dork.
I know,
Yeah.
but I had a code when I played Skyrim. I was a giant Nord, and I would only kill people who did magic.
That's good. You're purging the world.
So you not only made you made fun of your friends that played Skyrim, but you took Skyrim so seriously you had a credo in it.
I was a Viking. Yeah, I was like, I can
there
only
is
smash.
no like system, by the way, for anyone that doesn't know Skyrim. Like, there's no system for if you only kill magic people. This is just Dan's personal philosophy in the game.
Elves, any type of like dwarf,
Vampires.
Yeah,
Just
anybody,
different races.
anybody that would shoot things out of their hands, dead.
Yeah. What about the cat people? They didn't really do magic.
If you did magic, I kill you.
But they were magical in a way, right? I never played Skyrim, but if you're a cat person,
They're more thievy. They're kind of stealthy. They're more of a stealthy race.
well, they're cats, yeah.
There's also lizard people in Skyrim. Coincidence?
Makes you think.
Yeah.
Next up, another university, the United States Military Academy in West Point, New York. The Eggnog Riot.
I think I almost did an episode on this.
Well, there's a big name in this.
Uh-huh.
A real big name in this. So it is sometimes regarded as the Grog Mutiny. It was a riot that took place at West Point on December 25th, 1826.
Christmas.
Alcohol possession at the academy was prohibited, along with drunkenness and intoxication, both of which could lead to expulsion. Tobacco use and gambling could lead to demerits, minor incarceration, or a loss of privileges.
And by the way, let all of those facts be further proof to you that Robert E. Lee sucks ass, because he famously got through West Point with no demerits ever. One of, if not the only cadet to do that.
So he's lame.
Yes.
Yeah.
He sucks ass. Nerd.
Yeah.
Wouldn't want to hang with him. Bad hang.
Bad hang. Probably
Was it-
asked why the homework wasn't turned in. Yeah.
Right. He just wants to sit there and talk about artillery or something. You're like, dude, Bobby, like, class is over. Meanwhile, Grant's like drunk, fucking finishing in the bottom half of his class.
That's a winner right there.
Yeah. He won.
By 1826, concern had been raised that drinking was starting to get out of hand among the 260 cadets at the academy. The cadets were informed that due to the alcohol prohibition on their site, their Christmas eggnog would be alcohol-free, promoting the decision to smuggle liquor into the academy. It was caused by a drunken Christmas party in the North Barracks of the academy. 2 days prior to the incident, a large quantity of whiskey was smuggled into the academy to make eggnog for the party, giving the riot its name. The riot eventually involved more than one-third of the cadets by the time it ceased on Christmas morning. A investigation by Academy officials resulted in the implication of 70 cadets and a court-martialing of 20 of them, along with one enlisted soldier.
Which is a huge amount at that time. There's not like thousands of people at West Point or anything like that.
No.
260 cadets.
How many?
260.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. And by the way, if you want a good historic representation of what West Point looked like at this time, have you guys seen the movie The Pale Blue Eye?
I just watched it, actually. It's very whatever.
I thought I liked it.
It was fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that takes place 4 years after this does.
Okay, yeah, because that's exactly what popped into my head when he started talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very straight-laced, buttoned up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm very curious, though. God, how fucking awful is eggnog drunk? Like, that's all you're drinking? Not just having one and then drinking after it? Like, you're solely drinking spiked eggnog. That is a nightmare.
1826 eggnog.
That's a lot of just eggnog. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would be like, can I just the bourbon, please?
Yeah,
just the rum.
Yeah.
Whatever you put in eggnog, either or.
Right. I got drunk on eggnog once.
Like that was the primary drink of the night.
It was, yeah.
Did you puke?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you puke cottage cheese?
I don't know if it was the majority of what I drank, but it's what got me to where I was. Because I had like, you ever see those like pre-made handles of like, it's like Jim Beam eggnog. Or
Oh, yeah. Fuck that.
Yeah. So it was like a Christmas party. I drank a fuck ton of it. And then I continued drinking. I probably drank way more after
Right.
that, but it got me to where I was going.
The problem with that is that you have all that eggnog in you, and then if you put other liquor on top of it, that also, like, if you drank,
It just becomes more eggnog.
and it just like it curdles it, and like it's
It's
just,
like bubbling in there.
there's like cheese being made in your stomach, like it's just not.
Yeah.
Not what you want.
It's not the most unpleasant puke, though. It's pretty soft.
And like I mentioned before, a giant name in this riot was not court-martialed, but he was the future Confederate States of America president, Jefferson Davis.
So not the first time he rebelled against the United States.
Some people say that's what started it. That was kind of his eggnog push, you know? So, like, he was like, started yelling about secession with a mug of eggnog in his hand.
He's like, whoa, this barracks is gonna, we ain't a part of America no more.
He's just annexing West Point.
Just know the barracks he's in. He's like, we drink any eggnog we want.
That would be on point.
Next up, we have the New York City draft riots, sometimes referred to as the Manhattan draft riots.
I think we know about these ones. They're famously portrayed.
Where?
Gangs New York. Oh, yeah.
Okay. It's been a long time since I've seen gangs in New York.
Can I tell you, before you get into this, I noticed this the other day because sometimes I just watch YouTube clips of historic movies and shit that I like. And I was watching the draft riot scene from Gangs of New York because it's so fucking good. And it's really interesting to me. And I don't know if this is on purpose, but it's really funny to me that, like, you go through this whole movie watching all these badass motherfuckers, they're fucking gang members, fucking Irish, and like Bill the Butcher, and they stab people, and they're tough and shit, and they're just like living in the 5 points, and it's all fucking hard. They're hardcore.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
Cool.
Were you waiting for someone to
Painted the
affirm
pig.
that
I don't
for you?
know. Anyway.
Yes. We're just letting them cook. You
Yeah.
know?
And they're about to have this fucking showdown, the end all be all gang fight. And they get absolutely obliterated by a bunch of fresh-faced, soft-hand soldiers that come in and just mow them down.
Well, yeah. President Abe Lincoln diverted several regiments of the militia and volunteer troops after the Battle of Gettysburg to control the city.
By the way, if you've just been through Gettysburg, you're not taking any shit
No.
from some fucking rioter.
You're cracking skulls.
Yeah. The rioters were overwhelmingly Irish working class who did not want to fight in the Civil War and resented the wealthier men who could afford to pay a $300 tax to not participate in the war. So you could pay to get your way out.
What a flex.
What's more American than that?
Yeah.
So that's an equivalent to around, this is 2021, $6,600.
That is not enough to get out of serving.
If we had like a world war right now and they were like 6,600, that'd be the easiest check I ever
Oh
read.
my God, there wouldn't be soldiers.
No.
But $300, you're making about, so one of these Irish laborers is probably making like $1 or $2 a day.
Right.
In 1863.
Right. So if you saved up for a whole year, didn't eat or
Didn't pay
nothing,
rent.
yeah, you're good to go.
Yeah.
Initially intended to express anger at the draft, the protesters turned into a race riot.
Oh yeah, they murdered a ton of black dudes.
They did, yeah. Throughout the city. Official death toll.
They're like, this is your
How
fault.
did it get to them?
You know,
Violence starts, and then you just start cracking skulls.
the Irish. I feel like Irish and black people. We talked about it in the New Orleans episode from last week, couple weeks ago, whatever. They were kind of made to be rivals because they were in the same rough socioeconomic situation.
Yeah.
And by the way, this is before there was even black units in the. Or no, this would have been right around. So the 54th Massachusetts was in combat around this time. But, I mean, there were not a lot of black units yet. 1864, 1865 is when you really had a lot of black units in the Union Army. So, like, this war is, quote-unquote, for black people at this point. The Emancipation Proclamation has been issued.
Okay.
And
I can see the context now a little bit more.
your economic rivals are the ones the war is supposedly for. They're not even going to fight it. You're being essentially forced into. I mean, you're getting paid, I guess, but you.
Yeah.
To be a soldier, but like fucking, why does that really?
And you can't like go beat up the people that are gonna make you. So you take it out on someone else.
Right. And I'm not justifying it, but
No.
that's how it got from A to B.
Yeah.
And they probably were also just racist. So
I mean, yeah. I imagine most riots were race riots in some form or fashion for a long time. Like, it was just, regardless of what the real cause was, it's like, well, we're going to throw this in the mix now.
It's like, well, it was like tribal riots.
It's like, we're already here.
While we're here.
yeah.
Kill two birds. So the military did not reach the city until the second day of rioting, by which time the mobs had ransacked and destroyed numerous public buildings, 2 Protestant churches.
Got it.
Of course.
Covering all the bases.
Get yours.
Yeah.
To be fair, in the Irish,
Get yours.
in
Might
the
as well, right?
in the defense of the Irish, there is actually a good reason for them to target Protestant churches. Aside from, well, there's 2 good reasons actually. One, the Protestants are the ones borderline violently oppressing them.
Like in Americans, like Anglos.
Wasps.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wasps. Yeah.
They're like they're Catholics. They're second-class citizens. Black people are like third-class citizens,
Right.
I guess you could say, but they are
Yeah.
second-class citizens, and it is the Protestants who are oppressing them. And B, certain sects of Protestantism. I don't remember which, like if it's Presbyterian or whatever, but they are the primary drivers of abolitionism.
Got you. You forgot the third one, which is you just hate Protestants.
Yeah, fuck. Well, no, I already named why they hate Protties.
No, I meant you.
Oh, just in general.
You
Oh,
specifically.
yeah, fuck Protties.
Yeah, you're right.
The
I would-
homes of various abolitionists and sympathizers, many black homes, and a black orphan asylum at 44th Street and 5th Avenue, which was burned to the ground.
Oh, so they burned down the orphanage,
Mm-hmm.
but they just kind of knocked over a Protestant church. Soft.
They
No.
destroyed it.
Yeah.
The area's
Hold on, let me
demographics-
explain why they were somewhat justified to burn down this black orphanage. What you don't understand about black orphans in the period.
Okay.
All in all, 120 people died.
That's so low, actually, for what it sounds like. Like you're expecting.
I was expecting way more people.
I
from that.
really was too.
But 10,000 people died because someone got mooned. Like, yeah. No.
We told you people were dumber back then.
It was about the same amount of people that died from the bad wine.
But this was a huge
Yeah.
reason why like a giant portion of the black community moved from Manhattan to Brooklyn.
So what you're saying is these draft riots made Jay-Z.
Mhm.
Sick.
Jay-Z's the direct result of these riots.
And also, these draft riots hugely influential on Manhattan real estate.
I was about to say, yeah, very much so.
Man, think how cheap Manhattan real estate would be right now.
If it weren't for the draft riots.
There's someone that thought that thought. Like, not
Maybe.
ironically.
It's
Yeah.
all for real estate. At the
Yeah.
end of the day, if you just draw the line back to real estate.
It kind of is. I mean, it really is, though.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Another great part of Gangs in New York, I feel like that movie gets held back because at the time it was marketed a little too like hot young drama because Leo was still young Leo and Cameron Diaz was the fucking female lead for some reason. But it's probably, in my opinion, it's Martin Scorsese's like third best movie. But I love the part where they're like more liberal-ish, upper crust, like bourgeois politician. He's like the night before the riots. He's kind of like being a little moralistic or whatever. And then in the middle of the riots, he like runs inside scared and he's like, "The rats have taken over the city." It's like, yeah.
Next up, 1896, Russia.
Let's go. This is gonna be a nightmare.
Now, Google's telling me you pronounce it Holoma. It's spelled Khodynka.
Yeah, don't listen to us.
Yeah. Kadoinka.
Tell Google. I mean, you can probably press the sound button and Google will straight up to it.
The crush happened
Oh God.
during the festivities of the coronation of the last emperor of Russia, Nicholas II. At about 6 o'clock in the morning of the celebration day, several thousand people, estimates around 500,000 people gathered in this field. Rumors spread among the people that there was not enough beer or pretzels to go around for everyone.
Fuck. Dude, how good does a party have to be? Like, how good does the potential for a party have to be to put up with that nightmare of a fucking scenario. Show up at 4 a.m. or whatever. There's 500,000 of you in a field.
There was also a police force of 1,800 men
So none.
that failed to maintain civil order because, 1,800 against 500,000.
It's 500,000 people. How do you 1,800? What are you doing?
This resulted in a catastrophic crowd crush. A total of 1,282 corpses were collected from the scene.
Oh, it feels low.
The
Again.
injured numbers estimated around 20,000.
Okay.
That's, well, injured, you know what? Somebody sprained their ankle and ran away versus like someone's crippled for life and dies like a month later.
Yeah.
Or just bones sticking out of their leg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would know.
I wouldn't know. But yeah, most of the victims were trapped in a ditch and trampled and suffocated there. All because not enough beer and pretzels.
I mean, I would want
Was
to
that
leave.
how they got everyone out there? Was like free beer and pretzels at the coronation?
Free food goes a long way.
I mean, that time in Russia? Yeah, for sure.
It for sure goes a long way for Russia and the serfs, but I mean, like, man, you could get people in the richest country in the history of Earth here right now to trample over each other if you said there was like 100 free Chick-fil-A nuggets on the other side of the mall. People would be
Yeah.
fucking swinging at each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
First 10 people get free Chick-fil-A for a year? No, there's just like 10
Today.
sandwiches.
Yeah.
And the first fucking 10 of you in the mall that run get the 10 fucking sandwiches.
So Chick-fil-A opened up when I was in high school. It was the first Chick-fil-A around Philly, I guess in our area in Delco. And it was the first 100 people that entered the store building, got Chick-fil-A for a year. But it was like one meal a day, right? And people literally camped out for a month.
People, that's a normal Chick-fil-A promotion. They do it all the time. And yeah, people
like
camp
camped out
out
for a
for
month.
yeah, it's fucking dumb.
I would never camp out for a month for a meal a day from Chick-fil-A.
So let's assume one meal a day from Chick-fil-A costs $10, right?
Yeah.
Fries, drink,
Sure, let's call it 10.
10. So $300
$3,600 basically is what you're camping out for a month
for $3,600. Would you camp out for a month in a parking lot to be paid $3,600 out to you over the course of a year?
No. Absolutely not.
No? So they didn't do that math.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah. To have someone just
Rarely
walk
do
up
in
to me and give me
Delco, yeah.
$10 a day? No. It's like for a month, I'd lose my job.
right.
I'd have significant.
Well, you'd have to like leave someone there, right? Because if you just like, hey guys, I'm
You gotta
going to
have your
work,
spot,
but
yeah.
don't touch my tent.
You gotta leave like a plastic chair or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure.
This is the honor system.
It doesn't work.
That's how you save a parking spot in Philly.
Chick-fil-A might be Christian, but the people in line for Chick-fil-A,
All denominations.
well, or no denomination.
No denominations.
Their only denomination is Chick-fil-A.
They are godless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The chicken is their god.
Despite the tragedy, the program of festivities continued as planned elsewhere on the large field, with many people unaware of what happened.
Yeah. So, I mean, why would they stop it?
I'm glad the party wasn't ruined for everyone.
Right.
Yeah.
In fact, this is how they made sure there were pretzels for everyone.
Yeah.
You tell them there's not enough pretzels, that'll probably kill a couple thousand of them. Now we have enough pretzels.
Nicholas II made an appearance in front of the crowd on his balcony in the Tsar's pavilion in the middle of the field around 2 p.m. By that time, traces of the incident were cleaned up.
What does that even mean? They just buried them on the spot?
They were in a ditch. You just
Yeah,
covered
they're
it.
just like, let's just push
They
it.
got a wheelbarrow.
Yeah.
Bring out your dead.
Well, yeah. Put them right in the ditch.
Yeah.
We'll be fine.
When Nicholas heard of the stampede, he displayed no emotion, and that night attended a ball given in his honor.
Why would he?
Yeah.
Why would he care?
He does.
I can't even
Yeah.
bring myself to care, really.
It's like, oh, who died? Serfs? Damn.
Look, and let me just say, if you let your 8-year-old go to a Russian coronation, probabilities increase.
in 1896.
Yeah, probabilities now even. Probabilities
Yeah.
increase.
Well, it ended well for Nicholas II.
Eventually, yeah, sure.
Ended the way it started.
A lot of dead people.
Fucking massacre, yeah.
Yeah, think some dead kids. They were his this time, though.
A lot of people suffocated. Some by strangulation, some
Bags
by
over that?
trampling. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next up, we have the Straw Hat Riot of 1922. It occurred in New York City at the end of the summer as a result of unwritten rules in men's fashion at the time.
Now, how many people died over these hats?
Tacky motherfuckers ruining everything.
Again,
Yeah.
let me just go back to what I said at the top of the episode. Yes, I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying it's justified. I'm not saying it's right. But if you want to be like, this isn't normal, and it's pretty normal. It happens all the time. Now, it's a little backloaded in American history. Like, there's been less riots in the last, 40 years as compared to the first, 210 or whatever we're at. But
So apparently the last day you're supposed to wear straw hats is September 15th. And there was a group of guys that just didn't abide by that unwritten law.
rebels.
So is there like a Memorial Day or Labor Day white riot too?
Yeah. It is no straw hats after Labor Day, basically.
Yeah. So it's pretty much that.
Hey, buddy, that's a summer hat. I'll kill you.
The riot itself began on September 13th, 1922. It lasted 8 days. So it was 2 days before.
I don't understand how it lasts 8 days.
And it
like
was
everyone
also-
has to be ditching their hats in the
It was
first
also
day.
2
Like, all
days
right.
before the official cutoff. Like the 15th is what you said the cutoff was. But people, I guess, are just like, you're cutting it too close.
You're really pushing it with this straw. Like they're
Right.
out on the the 6th. And it's like, dude,
Hey, come on, man.
come on, start winding down here. Next day, 7th, buddy.
You're pushing it. It's like they're not putting their landing gear out, but they're coming down to the runway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like,
Why are you doing this?
A group of rowdy youths in the area of Manhattan started removing and stomping hats worn by factory workers who were employed in the area.
Seems like a bad move.
I'm sorry. So the factory workers were wearing the straw hats,
Yes.
and the teens or adolescents or 20-somethings
Factory workers.
were taking the hats from the factory workers and stomping on them.
Yes.
Please elaborate on how these kids get their shit.
The stomping
kicked in.
turned into a brawl,
Mhm,
and the youths tried to stomp a group of dock workers' hats. The dock workers fought back. The brawl soon stopped traffic on the Manhattan Bridge.
Love this on a bridge.
Yeah, bridge riot.
We did do an episode.
There was a bridge. You wrote about it.
I did an episode on the fucking bridge riot over. Someone was just like, the bridge doesn't work. Like the bridge is in the middle of working, and they're like, the bridge doesn't work. And then there was a stampede.
The bridge we are on, where we are suspended above water. Yes, it's broken, as you can tell. We're all dry.
The police tried to break up this fight, but the fight continued to escalate the next evening. Gangs of teenagers prowled the streets, wielding large sticks, sometimes with nails.
Were these teens even related? Were teens just like, hey, they're hunting other teens. We got to help our fellow teens.
I tell you what, last week when I was driving home from this, I was at the intersection of like Brody and Manchac, or
Yeah.
Brody and Slaughter. I saw like 20 teenagers just hanging out outside of a Walgreens. I was like, that's not good. Sunday night, 11 o'clock.
It's a CVS, because I used to live right there. And, there's some sketchy teens in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
So, dude, my old neighborhood, I loved it because I never really saw, anyone do anything dumb, but, we'd be walking the dogs or walking the baby around the neighborhood in the stroller. For a suburban neighborhood, and there's a lot of high school families in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
For a suburban neighborhood, there was just a hilarious amount of ditched booze.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, there's a hilarious amount of rogue teenagers here.
There's too many.
About 1,000.
Oh, that's a whole high school.
Just going around snatching hats on Amsterdam Avenue. Several men were hospitalized from the beatings they received after resisting having their hats taken, and many arrests were made. Police were slow to respond to the riots, although several off-duty police officers found themselves caught up in the brawl when rioters attempted to snatch their hats.
Oh, they started to take the police hats, too.
Well,
you know what else is out of style, buddy? The
Pig
law.
hats, boy.
Yeah. I'll make you a pig bottom real quick.
This went on for 8 days, like I said, and resulted in just many arrests and injuries. Nobody actually died from this.
Aw, boo.
But an 8 day just kind of
It's kind of a game.
ruckus, yeah.
You made it a game with the teenagers. That was the problem. You got mad when they took one hat. And they're
Right.
like, ooh.
You can't, and it's like you're never gonna win with a kid.
No.
You know what I mean? A kid who has no, like, they lack the self-awareness, and they have 8 times the energy that you do. Like, you're just never going to beat them.
Yeah.
Unless you literally physically beat them to a pulp.
The first one, you have to get the first one and just stop them.
Yep.
Like, in a way that terrifies the rest of them.
Yeah.
You, like, oh.
And you got to get physical fast, because if you just try to argue with them, you're fucked. You're not going to outwit them. You're not going to whatever.
You're going to use logic on a fucking 15-year-old?
Right.
No,
they're like, you're going to be on the defensive quickly. They'll call you fucking gay or call your wife ugly or something like that. And like, what are you going to say? Like, oh, you should see the stuff I used to do. Like, no, you're just going to lose. Just smash one of their faces in. It's the only way.
Beat up that
kids.
teen.
Yeah.
Beat up kids.
Fight teenagers. I
Fight
agree.
teenagers. It's okay. Just, you better win. Or else,
Yeah.
or else
You don't want to get into a Cat Williams situation.
Yeah, I was just supposed to say
No,
Cat didn't make it out of
no.
that one.
And look, maybe if you can quickly Google all their names to make sure none of them show up on 247.com,
Yeah.
that's helpful as well.
Yeah. Yeah, that's always good. Yeah, just,
Don't go for the goth teens either. They have brass knuckles.
They'll kill you. Or skaters either.
yeah, they got skateboards.
If the skaters talk shit, you keep walking.
Yeah,
In high
just
school,
let
we
them have
got-
the hat.
In high school, we used to get into fights with skater kids all the time. And yeah, they were not very reluctant to use their skateboard as a weapon.
Why would they? Why would they
Brass
wait?
knuckles, bats. They used a lot of stuff.
Dude, skater kids are fucking. There was one skater. Oh, actually, this is a goth kid. There's one goth kid I knew. Like, they're just psychos. Like, they'll do fucking anything. And he was like, yeah, man, fucking family in my neighborhood, there's fucking assholes, and they always tell me to not fucking skate. He was like a goth skater. So they told me to fucking skate in front of their house. And he was like, yeah, I fucking...
He put a hose in the basement, right?
Yep.
You told that story before.
You told us this.
Oh, shit. Yeah, it's fucked up, man.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Fucked up.
Yeah, so take it from John Moran. Just pistol whip that fucker.
John Moran had it right.
He had it right this whole time. Yeah.
Oh, did he? Did that happen? They prove he was vindicated on that?
We did.
Oh.
Right now.
Just now.
Yeah. Oh, no. He had it right. I thought you said he had a right.
No.
Oh, he had it right. Okay.
He had it right.
I
Yeah.
thought a story came out where it was like, yeah, the kid had an AR-15 to his face or something. I
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah. No. Okay.
John just knew.
Yeah.
Finally, speaking of sports, we're going to finish with 10-cent beer night.
Now, this could be its own whole episode.
Could be. It's not going to be.
That's fine.
If you planned on having this as an episode, I just cucked you.
You did.
10-cent beer night was a promotion held by Major League Baseball's Cleveland Indians during a game against the Texas Rangers on June 4th, 1974. The promotion was meant to improve attendance at the game by offering cups of lower alcohol beer for 10 cents.
His first mistake, Indians and cheap booze, right?
Yeah.
Yikes.
The equivalent
Firewater.
to paying 55 cents now, which would be awesome.
Holy
God.
shit.
That's cheap as hell.
Can you fucking imagine a
50
baseball game where you're paying 55 cents? I'm sure I've told this story before but I mean, like, Dollar Dog Night at Philly. They used to do that on college night in the upper deck. It was Dollar Dog Night. And my friend who went to St. Joe's told me, her boyfriend was telling me, who was from Philly, told me a story about how they would just buy the hot dogs and use them as weapons.
What?
There was
like, throw 'em?
there was one to tell me a story about one time. He was a Braves fan. There's some girl in a Braves jersey in the upper deck, and everyone was just going to the stand buying like 10 dogs at a time for fucking $10, filling them with mustard and ketchup, and then fucking whipping them at the girl in a fucking Braves shirt.
Don't show up in the Brave shirt. The Citizens Bank ballpark.
Who's getting more fucked up, a Braves shirt or Mets shirt?
Probably Braves.
Sick.
Yeah. I think I went to Dollar Dog Night one day, and I tried to like hammer as many as I could. I got to 17, I think.
Oh, my God.
Good Lord.
17 dogs in a day.
Just to prove it to yourself?
Just see what I had. Yeah.
Just to see what you were made of.
We were.
Sometimes you got to dig deep.
You got to get that one PR, you know?
Yeah.
I was in a suite at a Cardinals game once, right before I moved to Austin. It was after I moved to Austin. My buddy was Denny, just like worked for an alcohol company, but he like there were other people invited, and one of them was just like some major drunk dude who was just a fucking idiot. And we were in a suite at the stadium, and all the food's free, all the booze is free, and this guy's like, I'm eating a hot dog for every half inning, and I'm gonna make it. That would be 18.
Yeah.
And he
How far did
tried.
he get?
He only got to like 11 or 12 before he was vomiting in the suite's bathroom. And me and I didn't really know him, so I was just like, "This is dumb. Like, I just want to watch this game, get drunk." But Daddy was like, "I fucking hate that guy. He's a fucking idiot."
Why'd he bring him?
He didn't.
Oh.
It was like a company thing.
Oh, okay.
So 6 days earlier, the Indians and Rangers had been involved in a publicized bench clearing brawl. This game, therefore, drew a rowdy and belligerent crowd to begin with.
What year? 74.
74. It got even crazier because as the game proceeded, on-field incidents and massive alcohol consumption further agitated the audience, many of whom started throwing lit firecrackers, streaked across the playing field, and openly smoked weed. Most sober fans departed early, leaving an increasingly drunk and unruly mob behind.
Yes, all the drunk people were like, "No, we're staying. We're going to see this one through."
Yeah, so the Cleveland Indians that year finished 14 games out of first place in the American League East. They were under 500, so this team was not even close to competitive.
The riot came to a head in the 9th inning when fans rushed the field. Players were forced to protect themselves with bats while retreating from the field.
I'm not rushing anyone with a bat in their hand.
So didn't the Rangers come out too? Or I mean, the Indians and the Rangers banded together.
Yep. So the Indians managed to tie the game. A 19-year-old fan, Terry Yerkic, ran onto the field and attempted to steal Texas outfielders Jeff Burrows' cap. So another hat stealing incident.
There's too many hats. Yeah.
Yeah.
Burrows stumbled while confronting Yerrick. Thinking that Burrows had been attacked, Texas manager Billy Martin and his players ran onto the field with some bats.
Billy Martin, by the way, famously, I didn't realize he managed the Rangers, but he was the Yankees manager for a while, and he was fucking hothead.
Nice.
Like, he is one of the, legendary hothead managers in baseball
Gets
history.
thrown out a lot.
Yeah.
A large number of intoxicated fans, some armed with knives, chains, and clubs, fashioned
Well, it's Cleveland.
portions of the stadium seats that had been torn apart, surged onto the field, and others hurled bottles from the stands. 200 fans surrounded the 25 Rangers, with more fans coming.
So it's like 300, but on a baseball field in Cleveland in the 70s.
Realizing the Rangers' lives might be in danger, Cleveland manager Ken Aspromonte
Well, whatever.
ordered his players to grab bats and help the Rangers, attacking the team's own fans in the process.
Go beat up our fans.
Right. Like,
Yeah.
you imagine you're just like, I mean, he just retired, I guess, but imagine you're like a huge Cardinals fan and you're jumping on the field to help your fucking team and fight the other team, and then Albert Pujols comes up behind you and just smokes you in the face with a bat.
You're dead.
You
Albert
would be-
Pujols does it. You're
dead. Yeah, you're dead immediately.
Oh my god.
Even old Albert Pujols, you're
yeah,
fucking
your
dead.
head's gonna explode like a watermelon. God. What? I'd rather get punched by Mike Tyson than that.
Yeah.
Rioters began to throw steel folding chairs into the mix, and Cleveland relief pitcher Tom Hilgendorf was hit in the head with one.
Vince McMahon was actually in the audience that night, and he saw
Yeah.
the power of the folding chair. He's like, one day,
This is coming.
this is the sport. This is the sport I came
Yeah.
to see.
That's our bat.
Yeah.
Hargrove, after subduing one rioter in a fist fight, had to fight another on his way back to the Texas dugout.
Well, what was Hargrove's first name?
Mike Hargrove.
Mike Hargrove.
Yeah, that's what. I'm sorry, that's what I meant. He was a manager later.
Yeah, with the Seattle Mariners.
He's a pretty good manager, I think. He was the manager when they won 100 games or something crazy like that. Or no, he wasn't. Sorry, he was. Oh fuck, that's where I remember him. He managed the Indians in their 2 World Series appearances in the 90s
Oh,
when they lost to the Braves and the Marlins.
So he was in the field fighting.
Yeah. I mean, the Indians were incredible in the 90s. He was one of the
really
best
good.
managers of the 90s.
They're very good.
The two teams retreated off the field through the dugouts in groups, with players protecting each other on the way out with bats.
I love that they're just backing into the tunnel, bats out, stay back, stay back.
It's like a zombie movie.
Oh, that would only happen in a baseball game, by the way. No one Or I'm sorry, it's happened in a basketball game, I guess, kind of. With the
Malice.
Yeah, malice to the pals. The two sports it would never happen in is football and hockey. Because you know a hockey player will gladly fuck you up.
It's on ice.
And you're on ice and they're on skates, and it's already a sport where they fight. And football, like
The giant people.
They can just use their own pads as weapons.
Yeah.
They'll kill you.
The teams fled their clubhouses and closed and locked the doors. The crowd pulled up and stole the bases from the infield. Rioters threw a vast array of objects, including cups, rocks, bottles, batteries, from radios, hot dogs, popcorn containers, and folding chairs. Umpire crew chief realized that order would not be restored in a timely fashion and forfeited the game to Texas.
What a win.
Yeah.
He, too, was a victim of rioters as one struck and cut his head with part of a stadium seat.
Dude, they're just pulling this place apart by the foundation.
His hand was cut by a thrown rock.
Literal miracle that the umpires weren't murdered,
Yeah.
to be honest. You don't
Yeah.
want to be, of all the things.
This is in 1974.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Big win for the Rangers, by the way, who finished only 5 games out in second place in the West Division.
Nice.
The next beer night promotion on July 18th attracted almost 42,000 fans, with beer again selling for 10 cents per cup, but limited to 2 cups per person.
I feel like that might have started a riot, that rule.
Yeah, in and of itself.
Yeah.
You don't remember me? Also, there is no way to know that. You just walk to another place in the stadium.
Yeah. There's one beer counter for the 10-cent beer.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to remember 42,000 individuals.
Yeah, right. Just switch shirts and shit like that.
Yeah.
Did you guys learn anything today?
I mean, I knew that riots are a human tradition.
I learned that Oxford was found probably before everything else.
Yeah, it's been around a while, man. It's an oldie. But yeah, I learned that booze causes riots in more ways than one.
I
better be
learned that
good.
being out of fashion is dangerous.
That's true.
Don't be tacky.
That's true.
And don't push it.
Wait, 3 of these riots were alcohol related, right?
Mostly alcohol related. You had the eggnog one. You had Oxford, 10-cent beer night. The other one too, right?
Was there another one?
No.
I mean, you never know if that Roman soldier was drunk or not.
He was probably drunk.
He was probably pretty shit-faced. Yeah.
I'm assuming so. You never hear about like dollar pot brownie riot. It's like,
No.
never hear about it.
There's no dollar Molly,
Hey,
right?
They mentioned the Indian
That's a
fans were
rave.
smoking the dope.
Oh, they were smoking. They were drinking though. It was 10-cent beer night. The drinking was making them angry.
Right. And also, that's like 70s weed. That's not even the only in-stadium baseball riot in the 70s. The Chicago White Sox had one, too. They had a fucking, I think it was like the disco riots. It was they had a Down with Disco promotion, and they were just going to like burn a bunch of records and
We
shit.
could probably do that
in the
That's
stadium.
probably deserving of its own episode
Yeah.
as well.
And they fucking rioted like motherfuckers. The 70s were weird.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who's Hitler?
Ooh.
Alcohol.
No.
Just kidding.
No, we can't do that to booze.
Would never.
Yeah. Not booze. Booze never did nothing wrong. Booze don't make people riot. People riot.
I think just people are Hitler. Really?
The masses.
When
The
it comes
masses.
down to it, yeah.
The masses are Hitler.
Mass hysteria.
Sheeple are Hitler.
Okay.
Like,
I just hate sheeple as a word.
yeah, that's fair. It's just like what do you? There's some, I guess, like 1 or 2 of these riots maybe make a little bit of sense. Like,
No.
they went the wrong way, but I understand why the Irish were not thrilled about a draft.
Yeah, Rob gets why the orphanage was burned down.
You don't understand
What those kids did.
the just the power black orphans had in the 1860s.
And for that, Rob is Hitler today.
Rob is our Hitler.
Make sure to, again, subscribe to Patreon, patreon.com/softcore history. 2 extra episodes every week. And Rob writes blogs, I think, every weekday.
I
maybe?
try.
Tries to.
This last week was really wild with work. Like, in
Blogs
terms
whenever Rob feels like it.
yeah, basically.
You get 2 free episodes. Or not 2
You get
free.
2 extra episodes every week.
Look, you're here to listen, not to read.
Softcorehistory.com. You get some merch like the shirt I'm wearing right now. Freedom Torch shirt.
Also, our hats are dope. I'm not wearing them right now, but our softcore history snapbacks are fucking rad.
And make sure to leave a 5-star review, please and thank you, on Apple. Just got a 1-star review I saw.
Oh, yeah. Some fucking turd.
Made it 5 minutes in the first episode, which is either the last episode or the first episode we ever did.
I think he started from the beginning.
Which, if you start from the beginning, we apologize
Yeah, don't do that.
for the quality.
Start like fucking 20 episodes in.
Just start now and then work your way down.
Yeah. Go backwards.
Yeah.
There is no... It's not a TV show.
No.
There's no continuity.
There's no reason to go all the way to the beginning.
Yeah.
Those
We're the
are
same people.
GarageBand days, you know?
Right.
Either
Wait,
way.
were you editing in GarageBand?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
No.
He meant more like kids
Yeah.
working in their garage.
Yeah. Either way, that's all I got today. Thanks for listening. We love you guys. Tell a friend about the podcast if you can. That's the best way to spread the word. And, of course, Softcore History on Instagram. But for Jake Goldman and Rob Fox, I'm Dan Regester, and you just got soft-served.